Alright guys, hey, this is Tony with OneUpIsland.com, and I have the whole crew with me here with the post-E3 breakdown extravaganza, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I've got Matthew Morandi,
hey,
Edgar Kastner,
Yo.
Rumar,
hey,
and Purdy. He's probably occupied, but anyways, we're just going to go through the conferences kind of one by one. Let's start with...
Hey guys.
Oh, there he is. What a bastard. We're going to start with the Microsoft conference. So, I'll just kind of run down the things real quick. They announced the launch price of $499 sometime in November. If you guys get it on the first day, there's going to be a special controller that actually has Day 1, 2013 imprinted right below the home button.
And it's also going to be a dildo shape, so you can shove it right up your ass.
So if you're really craving something like that, you can get it. But yeah, anything that seemed interesting to you guys, like launch titles? They didn't really announce launch titles aside from like Rise and Forza.
I kind of missed the launch titles, so we're getting Rise. What company is that from again?
It's based on Crytek 3 engine. I don't know the company. All I know is they kept...
Is it Rise or Rice?
It's Rise.
What type of game is that?
It looks like a Spartan... Oh, God of War. There we go.
Oh, great. I fucking love those games.
That was a former Connect title, you said, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be, yeah.
I thought it was like a Crytek warfare kind of game.
Yeah, Spartan era.
So it's Call of Duty set in the God of War era?
Pretty much, with a lot more quick time events and
push X now, push X now.
Yeah,
Push
brutal,
X were awesome.
Yeah,
brutal
it's just
exterminations.
Follow, some Roman general throughout wars.
Yeah, it's nothing to be like, oh my god, about.
I'll admit I actually like the look of it, but
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks good, but just the fact that there's, button prompts every 2 seconds kind of,
it ruins it. It's
Ruins
like,
it.
what is it? Azor's Wrath has a lot of.
Yeah,
events.
that's an ant.
Serious rap. It's literally just like, hey, it's an anime, but you have to push buttons to keep watching.
Yeah, and you have to buy the DLC to beat the game.
Right.
New
Thanks,
Sonic
Capcom.
CD games.
Yeah. What?
Sega CD games. There's a couple of them like that where, in order to continue, you gotta
It's
keep.
just FMVs,
Yeah. I mean,
Anyways, off topic.
quick time events just don't need to be that prominent in a game, and in Rise it is, so I'm not getting it. Who's disappointed about Killer Instinct? It looked like crap. I didn't like.
I
didn't like
haven't
the look.
seen it yet. Also, I mean,
Dude,
it's Killer
no.
Instinct by a modern day Rare. Of course,
It's
gonna be
no,
shit.
it's not by Rare.
It's not by Rare.
It's by Double Helix Games, who made your favorite Silent Hill game, Homecoming.
Oh no! So Double Helix is essentially, hey, we're gonna rank your favorite series.
Yeah, and
All
it's
of my nerve endings are on fire.
they're gone, they're on fire, they're burned.
There wasn't anything.
But it's free. It's digital release only, and you only get to play as Jago, or Jago,
That sounds like fun.
and you have to buy the other characters. But that's a launch title, guys. But not by Rare. Only thing by Rare is Connect Sports Rivals. So
That was their secret, dude.
that was their secret game, and that was announced before the press conference, just because. Yeah, nobody wants it. I don't get it. Dead Rising 3 looks decent, except for they made it more grittier. I liked it when it was kind of campy, and they just kind of went gritty with it.
Even from the first one, it was campy.
Yeah.
And the second one might have gone a little over the top on that, but not by much.
I just like fighting the psychopaths that were crazy, and from what I've been reading, they're there, but they're not there. I don't know. Nobody knows anything, apparently.
They're realistic psychopaths.
What about Sunset Overdrive, the Insomniac game that looked like Overstrike, but with
It
the
looked
cartoony?
kind of
Working with the Kinect. Ugh.
Is it?
Dead Rising 3.
Can you use the Kinect to drive?
You know what's weird? They didn't really mention much Kinect stuff other than like voice commands.
Oh, okay. I was like, is it just a Connect game? Because fuck that.
Yeah, they didn't really go in, like, they didn't show any Kinect games other than Kinect Sports Rivals, and that's it. But damn,
Isn't that a good thing? That's
Didn't
I
they
mean-
show more Kinect games? Like
it's
earlier,
good.
though?
No, they didn't show any earlier at all. Other than
Didn't
like,
show any
their-
games earlier.
yeah, they didn't show any games earlier. They just talked about TV, which they didn't.
The TV
That
and
was the Kinect. That was essentially what.
TV
That was
and
essentially what the
advertising
Kinect's for.
and whatnot, but
So like
yeah, then
100.
they show like a few. There's about what 3 or 4 Kinect games that they showed
Eh?
altogether, or 5.
I
They
didn't,
said there was gonna be 5 that were gonna be Kinect.
Hmm. I don't remember it. Maybe I was too just kind of bleh about everything. And they didn't mention anything about their DRM or online connected. They didn't say anything about it. They're just kind of, well, we have games. I'll be okay. You guys will be okay if we show you games.
The world already knows. So.
Yeah, that's kind of
Games
screwed.
and the Xbox One? No. It's sports and TV.
Sports and TV and Quantum Break, which is a live action TV video game.
Wait. So they're doing that fucking Raving Rabbit shit?
Well,
Like,
no,
like,
no,
you
no.
can Interact with your TV show.
Oh yeah, they showed Raving Rabbits. That was Ubisoft, but that's a Kinect for sure. For sure, it's Kinect. No, but Quantum Break, you play the game as some detective, and time has broken, which is why it's called Quantum Break. And yeah, so you can what you do there kind of affects like the live action scenes. It's
Oh, so it's like Defiance. Or no. That's so it'll actually affect the live. Wait.
the live action in the game. So
Oh my
kind of like those old Sega CD games, kind of.
Hey, look at it. We've turned it right back to Sega CD again. Yeah, those FMV games. So literally, we just see next generation FMV games. Really?
Yeah.
This is what we're doing again?
Wouldn't
And-
doubt it.
and
There's
it's-
a few recent ones like that.
Yeah, I mean, once you think about all the games are pretty much movies now. Like,
Everything's gotta look as real as possible.
Right.
Give you
There
like the
was
longest
that one
story.
that they announced for PlayStation with Ellen Page and.
well, yeah, that
What's
is
his face?
that is a movie.
The Last of Us? No.
No.
I want the real Ellen Page.
Yeah, the real Ellen Page.
I don't have to either. It doesn't matter.
But yeah, anyone here gonna get an Xbox anytime soon at launch?
Oh yeah,
Tell my brother
great.
not to buy
Because I love not being able to buy used games, and I love DR. I love camera DRM.
Yeah,
Oh God.
that's gonna you're playing a game that's single player only, and someone walks in, sits next to you, and it shuts the game down because it only allows one player. I hope they don't do that. That'll be fucked up. But
And will it judge me if I'm playing a
I
game
would-
with lots of shooting and lots of man ass, and I get an erection?
they'll probably
I don't-
report to the FBI. But yeah.
Or just put more like wait, I don't know. What do gays watch? I don't know.
Not sports.
It'll put gay TV. It'll put show tunes on my my Netflix account or something.
Oh yeah.
Well, since you enjoyed these scenes from this video game so much, here's some Mamma Mia.
Oh, kind of like on YouTube where it's recommended by or whatever. Because
That's
you watch
probably
this
what's that's what they
Whatever's
said they were
related.
gonna do, and that's what PlayStation's gonna do. Also, they mentioned in February about they're kind of like it's gonna be attuned to you and your personality and your likes, and it's gonna recommend stuff. It's Google, but
Yeah,
Not cool.
This is why I don't like this social, like the social thing and like the sharing and everything, because like YouTube barely ever gets that stuff right. Netflix barely ever gets that stuff right. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like. Let me just pick the stuff I like.
You
Like
can't-
you have to like keep like, oh well, since you watch this one, you obviously should watch like these shows or this video or this whatever. No. I like this one. Those other shows you showed me are similar, but not it.
it's just some stupid algorithm. Whatever. Matt, what do you think? Are you gonna, with the awesome titles here? Oh, don't forget Panzer Dragoon's Crimson Dragon, which
No,
didn't.
skip all that. I thought Titanfall looked cool.
Yeah,
But other
Titanfall.
than that, I no.
Titanfall's actually going to be on the PC. It's a timed
Then it's not
exclusive. It's a
Fuck,
yeah,
man.
it's
I
a
don't-
timed
there's
exclusive.
Nothing then. That's all I was thinking about.
Yeah, it's a timed
That
exclusive.
Crimson
So,
Dragon game looked cool. I guess is that just exclusive?
that's exclusive. I've
I
heard
would
bad
not
things
buy it
about
for
it.
that.
Right, I've heard bad things about it. So
No, wait. No, that Panzer Dragoon game, is it going to be like the
it was the one they were supposed to release on the Kinect on the Xbox 360, but they for some reason dropped it. And from what people have been saying about it, because they had it on the 4, it's kind of choppy, boring, and you use the controller.
Wait, which one is that game?
Panzer Dragon or Crimson Dragon? It's the old Dreamcast Sega game that they trying to bring back, like they tried to do with what's that mecha game?
Steel Battalion.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hey, do you want to play a mech game where you have to use the Kinect? Have fun.
I mean, the only
Eject.
redeeming quality is that it's over. I guess the Microsoft conference is over, and there's been not really any interviews because they have canceled a lot of their with the press and media, probably because
Because they can't handle their own fucking press, to be honest.
Yeah.
Half of them don't know what the fuck they're saying half the time.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
They'll just contradict each other and just bollocks around.
Yeah.
Nelson even said that Metal Gear 5 was going to be exclusive, but then he had a
Yeah, I saw
take
that.
that back via Twitter saying, "Oh yeah, right.
He's
Sorry
like-
guys, it's not an exclusive."
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, he's all like, Kojima's coming on stage to announce Metal Gear Solid 5 exclusive for Xbox One, and then like 30 seconds later, sorry, no, I'm wrong, on Twitter.
How do I undo on the internet?
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid 5 does look really damn good, though. I do have to say.
Yeah, I was seeing some of those. I was looking at the stream and the trailer that you had on there. There were some parts where it moved way too smooth for me.
Yeah.
That's freaking me out.
Yeah, the Fox engine, and that's even on Xbox, the original, or Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and
No.
it will be.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that right there was Xbox One and not, you know, because I'm sure that it'll downscale, but that's the only reason why I would get a PlayStation 4 is for Metal Gear. So I'm not even mentioning Xbox One because I'm not going to get that shit. $499 for a camera, that's going to control my life and my gaming, and that's actually
eventually you can only buy the games that Xbox Connect approves for you. That's where it's gonna
and
go.
it's not even that
that's the
powerful
type of
machine.
DRM they're gonna have.
Apparently.
Yeah, you
only
can
own it
sell
or
it.
resell it one time or something like that.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
breaks the disc.
They should have addressed it, like not just. The only reason why they didn't address it because they don't know what the fuck they're like. Purdy was saying they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like nobody knows. One person will say one thing and then say another, and then tell everyone that they didn't say all that stuff, and the press put that in their mouths, even though they did say it. There's videos of them saying these things and then saying that
They
they didn't
never
say it.
acknowledge the flaws though, because they feel that their products are perfect in many ways.
They're
you
future
know?
proof. They're going to be so great in 5 to 7 years. No. Purdy?
Kinect was made to extend the 360's life. You know?
It did it? No.
They've got
didn't.
one good game, that Kung Fu game we can't find anywhere.
Yeah, it's the one game we want. We can't find it. Purdy,
There's a
are you
reason why
That's
Kinect's
Xbox
not
One.
around.
are you gonna get it, Purdy?
What?
You want an Xbox One
No.
ever?
No.
What about Fable 4? They'll be on the
It's
PC.
on the Xbox 360.
Probably.
What if I pay half
Well,
of
it
it
is,
for you?
so
Would you
it's
still
already
get it?
Yeah.
If I pay for half of it?
No? Not even half?
What if
That's me
okay?
still
So
having to pay quite a bit of money for golf.
what if I pay for the Kinect and then
Sure.
you just get the Xbox One? You get it because you won't be able to play it.
Yeah, you won't be
have
able to use
have
it.
The Kinect connected.
Yeah. And Edgar, I take it you're not getting one either.
No, I'll buy one. Just to make fun of it.
Just to laugh at it.
I've got $500 just laying around. No. Like especially one of the big things too is that they've the DRM that's on it is absolutely draconian and just fucking ridiculous. I mean, this is shit that I've been complaining about on PCs about having always online
Right.
and them watching you be like, oh, did you lose your internet connection? Fuck you, no single player now. It's coming to the consoles, and I think Microsoft's gonna get fucked by it.
Yeah, they're pretty much done in Rumar. How about you? What do you
No,
think about it?
I think it's a waste of money right now,
Waste money?
to
Yeah.
be honest with you. I mean, there are some nice things about it. The fact that you can actually say, oh, I want to watch TV, Xbox TV, but the reason why you don't see Kinect around in Targets and Walmart's display is because they either don't work very long or there's something wrong with them, and people try playing with them, but it just doesn't read them quite well, so why even bother with it?
Rumar,
So-
are you a
fucking-
black man?
Oh,
I think that's your problem.
probably.
And we'll.
But like with the Kinect, is what was brought up before, is with single player, right? And then if someone just so happens to come in, I mean, I've got an open living room
right,
where
yeah.
the couches are pretty far back from the TV. There's plenty of walking space in between. I don't want to pull the couch all the way up so the Kinect can read me just right, just so that everything can work most of the time. What happens if someone walks in, right?
Yeah.
As what was mentioned before, it doesn't. I highly doubt it'll stop the game, but then again, it's going to be trying to read as if you got up and things are glitching out.
Yeah, and
What's
that's things they addressed
the
with the
problem?
new Kinect, but they didn't really show anything to show that it improved other than a few little things like the heart sensor for it, and just, I don't know, there's
Wait, it has a heart sensor?
Yeah.
The heartbeat?
yeah,
This is
it
getting
reads it
dangerous.
through your facial expressions. It can kind of tell. Dude, it's weird. But let's
He's
just,
not having fun.
yeah,
Dave.
let's get out of this.
I could see it as the
Uh-huh.
next howl. Your heart rate has increased.
You can't eat any more Doritos or drink any Mountain
So
Dew.
if you're with a
not
girlfriend and things are getting kind of steamy, and the Kinect kind of picks up on that, you know,
It'll know, and
It's
then
streaming
it'll stream
now.
everywhere.
Microsoft's got itself a nice little show.
You'll
for
be on
free.
Twitch. So let's do this. Let's move on to Sony. PlayStation 4, of course, Jack Trenton, I believe is his name, just went on stage and just kind of murdered Xbox, just kicked their ass. No DRM, no, you can sell your games. They even made a little video where they demonstrate how to share games with your friends. So that's pretty funny.
Put it on the screen. Where is it right now?
It's a separate video, but I'll put it up. But $3.99 holiday. This holiday sometimes. It's got some pretty sweet looking games. Though not many actual first party titles, but third party titles. And no Last
and
Guardian.
that's where Sony's usually been the strongest at it.
It's on the
It's
first
always
party.
kind of had a really good. The PlayStation 3 may have been a break in this, but usually had a lot of third-party support. That's where a lot of it came from. I mean, yeah, you had Crash Bandicoot's Spyro back in
Crash
the day,
Bandicoot.
but it was. I mean, you mainly played PlayStation games for the third-party games.
Well, I mean, with the PlayStation 3, what they've been doing now is the first party games have been the reason to get it. Like Metal Gear Solid 4 when it first came out, we got it. You know what I mean? And then
That was in first party. That was
It's-
Konami.
oh well, Konami, but like exclusive, I guess, like exclusive to the hardware, which kind of sucks now because they did announce finally Final Fantasy Versus 13, which is now 15. But and Kingdom Hearts 3 is in development, which everyone's like, yes, but it's not exclusive to PlayStation 4. It's actually going to be on the Xbox One also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought, see, because from the conference, when I watched it, I thought those were two exclusives.
Nope.
So
Nope,
neither
nope.
of those
Neither of those are
to
exclusive.
PlayStation 4?
And I mean, eventually they'll probably be on PC because, the architecture is now all geared towards PC. And then, the Final Fantasy Lightning Returns, that's going to be on PC.
Oh,
So,
great, because everyone loved Final Fantasy 13. That was, oh boy, that was a great story. I wish I could have more.
but
The thing was a straight line too. It was-
straight line
very little
with giant
Hopefully
creatures.
You'll love Final Fantasy 13.
Versus 13 or now 15 looks pretty sweet. So for if that it's not coming out at launch, obviously they didn't really announce many launch titles other than I believe the Drive Club. Drive Club, and then
Drive Club? What? Oh, is that
it's,
the Gran Turismo
it's
thing?
kind of the Gran Turismo thing.
Okay.
None of these are
And,
kind of solid, but
the new Mad
Lex
Max.
Guardian.
Mad Max, they just actually that's cross that's on Xbox One. Oh, this is weird because
Multi-platty.
yeah, it's multi-platform. A lot of the games that PlayStation 4 showed is also going to be either on PC or the Xbox One. Same with the Xbox One, so it's kind of like no one has any exclusive titles anymore except for Nintendo. Which is, it just seems it's just probably because of the way they build the hardware now. It's, why not put it on the PC? That's another huge market. And that's why I don't really, I won't get an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4 unless they release The Last Guardian, which they obviously didn't show it. So
It's on hiatus. They announced that.
well, then the guy who is actually working on it says it's not, and they're actually working on it. So they didn't feel ready to show it because apparently they've changed things and they're not prepared to show it in its current form.
Instead of a bird dog, now it's a bird cat.
Yeah, cats are in now.
And here's the thing too. So you know how like in like Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and then like people said with The Last Guardian, like something's gonna die. Well, it's not gonna be the boy. It's not gonna be the bird dog. In fact, the saddest thing is that the game itself is going to die.
It's just the game just explodes. It just explodes.
You just see it like, oh, then we're gonna shut down. We're deleting the source code, and everyone will be crying like, oh god, it's gonna be super fucking meta.
No, I won't like that. I guess like conferences, did everybody watch? We watched most of it, right?
I watched the Sony one.
The Sony one, yeah. So
I missed Microsoft. I caught up with Sony and Nintendo.
And Sony, yeah. The pacing, I don't really care. I mean, they had this weird moment where they just kept talking about movies and music, and I was just like, stop it. Like,
oh man, because I mean, we all remember
for music and movies.
Yeah.
Well, you guys also remember those PlayStation 3 jokes about it, like, you know, it's
doing
like
everything, yeah.
The exclusive game, Talladega Nights, because it only had movies.
Yeah, it's that type of thing. I understand what they're doing, and then they just showed trailer after trailer, like Infamous. While the actual in-engine, the game looks really nice because the hardware is actually way better than Xbox One, which is why that $399 price is crazy. And the tech demo for Quantum Dreams, the Dark Sorcerer, where that guy was in the green screen or whatever, the old dude, that was pretty sweet.
That goddamn acting thing again.
Yeah.
Like they did Heavy Rain, if you remember.
And it's also a spoiler for the Iron Man 3 movie, so you'll understand if you watch Iron Man 3, you'll understand that the Dark Sorcerers. No, he doesn't die. You might as well, but it's kind of a spoiler. It's just funny, but yeah, $399 holiday, 500 gigs, the hardware, 8 gigabytes of Super HD RAM, whatever. Who's getting it?
I'm gonna be honest. Again, it's the problem I think that you mentioned earlier. There's no exclusives for either of these that aren't coming out of the PC, and I would much rather spend $200 on a new graphics card than even $400 on a new console. At this point, it's probably going to be like the PlayStation 3 or the Wii. It'll be about a year in, and then it'll probably pick one up. At this point, there's like no exclusives. There's just I have a backlog on my PlayStation 3. There's games I haven't even beaten yet. There's games I haven't played yet. I gotta work on that first, and then I can get myself another console and begin the whole process over again.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a real slow burn because a lot of the titles that are coming out that are quote-unquote launch titles, so like Watch Dogs, the Battlefield 4, those are all cross-platform, like multi-platform, so you can get them on the old console still. And
which, if you remember, that was happening with the 360 back when it first came out. Like, we had Gun on like the PlayStation 2 and Xbox, and then they had the Xbox 360 version, which was, I don't know,
a little bit better.
You could have more Indians on the screen.
Yeah, and such a high price, $399, and then you pay $60 for a game. I mean, if people have money to burn, sure, but I don't. Unless Metal Gear Solid 5 for some reason, it plays way better on the PlayStation 4, I'll get it. Right now, that's like the only game. That's the only console game that I'm really like interested in. Matt, you gonna get one?
I don't know. That's not bad, the price, but I might. Fuck, they only have Kingdom Hearts, but I know it's going to Xbox One, but no one's getting that.
Yeah,
I won't get it at launch, but I'll wait. There's always good games on it. There's always going to be good games on it that you can't get on other things, just later. So
later, I will. Like within a month.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be the thing. Once there's really good console games that you want to play, they'll probably be on both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. And of course, between the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, you're going to get the PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
so I think that's
definitely.
Eventually, it's going to win out.
Yeah, and I mean they have the Order 1886, which is like a zombie Victorian era looking game. Looks pretty cool, but it's not going to be out until 2014. Same with the what was that other game they showed? The something. A lot of those.
What?
The
what type of game was it?
Is that one where they were like radio chatter, and it was kind of like they had that weird long trailer where it's all like the world's gonna die or whatever, plagues.
It wasn't The Happening. It was called something else.
No, it might as well be
The
The
Happening?
Happening.
That was that terrible fucking M. Night Shyamalan movie. Don't mess with that, please.
Battle chatter? No.
No,
It doesn't exist.
and it's the thing. These names aren't very like catchy. I don't remember any of them. I should have wrote it down because it's professional.
It's like making a movie and then calling it movie.
Movie. What movie was it? It was movie. No, it wasn't.
Uprising Redemption.
Soup.
No. Dark Sorcerer. The Order. It wasn't the Order. It was that Ubisoft. Was it Ubisoft? No. Well, maybe it was Ubisoft that
Crew?
they showed. The Crew is a racing game.
Racing.
Terrible.
See all these something.
Yeah, everything's the.
all
It's like
machine
it's
together
like
in my
it's like bands now. But anyways, like all these titles are gonna come out in probably 2014 because they're not ready to re-release. Which is, I don't know. They're releasing the console kind of like what the Nintendo Wii U did, releasing it and then not having anything for a year or so. It happens. Rumar, how about you? You gonna get it?
I gotta wait a while, but.
You wait a while, but out of
Oh,
Xbox One or PlayStation 4, you get it.
I would prefer PS4 over Xbox One. More freedom, more room for you to do whatever. And I mean, of course, you don't have to be on the internet all the time, but at least this time, because you know how the PSN was free, but it was really shoddy.
Yes.
And of course, unprotected
Yeah.
well. But like, it costs money now with the PlayStation Network Plus or whatever, which is already on the PS3 and all, but
Right. Which
that
you
would be more for like Avatar stuff, a
Yeah.
little bit of bonuses. But with the new PlayStation Network costing about what? About
$5 a month.
$5.
It's not horrible.
Right?
Nah.
Yeah.
That's about the same price as a gold membership
Yeah.
on Xbox 360, so it's pretty much the same.
That's just to play
I'd say it's
multiplayer.
Practice the same, like ran the same. I won't say it's like that because we don't know for sure how exactly they're going to run it.
Well, they did say one thing that's different than the only thing. There's no paywall to use like video services or music services, so you don't have to have PlayStation Plus to watch Netflix like you do with the Xbox, where you
good.
have to have
It's
gold.
just multiplayer.
It's just the multiplayer, online
That's fine with
multiplayer.
me.
And they have other things like cloud saving and like they actually give you things too, and you get
Did
games
say
free.
about no loading screens, but like
We'll see about
yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll see about the loading screen. I'm not.
That's,
My computer has like 3-second loading screens at
Again,
max.
I would really like to see what Bethesda will be releasing for PlayStation. Well, it's multi-platform, of course, but I would really love to see that being played on Wii U and the PlayStation 4. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
If
any,
Bethesda
like,
chooses to release
Fallout
for
4. I mean, I know next year they're going to be like, next E3 there's going to be games galore because everyone's going to, everyone's
All
ready.
the consoles and launch titles are already passed. Now
Yeah.
they gotta provide even more material, which is game material anyway.
Which is what Nintendo's doing. Finally, let's move on to Nintendo. Who watched Nintendo Direct at 7 o'clock in the morning?
I
Or-
was at work, thank you very
I
much.
saw it.
7 in the morning for
False.
you, around noon or 1 p.m. my time.
Yeah, and who had trouble streaming it because it was not working
Not
for
me.
me.
I watched it on the
Yeah.
UK.
That's when I fell asleep. It stopped working, so I fell asleep.
Yeah, it was.
Most of the streaming on game trailers did not play
It wasn't on
audio.
game trailers. It was on Nintendo's website.
Yeah, it was on
my
Ustream.
If you watched it on the UK on the Ustream, it worked fine. There was no lag.
I was watching on the US, and the number kept like how many people were on it, and it just I didn't see the very beginning. I think I finally got to the point where I switched to the UK, and it was after they announced the Mario Cat. New.
Oh yeah. So wait, what does that suit do?
Well, it's okay. So Super Mario 3D World, which is based off of 3D Land for the 3DS, the cat suit lets you climb, which is pretty sweet because you could never really climb on anything. And then
And it adds a bit of combat
yes,
to it.
in the combat you can actually attack and pounce and do this weird drop kick I don't know why,
Mario's
Homing
trying to
attack like
It's like
Sonic.
no, it's like the Ninja Turtles game where you
but
jump
yeah,
kick.
you jump and then you
Oh,
kind of do that weird
what?
kick. Yeah, it's very strange. You dive forward and you're a cat, and Mario goes meow meow. It is weird.
It's awesome.
I enjoyed the meowing, and I feel like that's going to kind of fundamentally change the game because it seems like it's going to be focusing a little bit more on the combat or revolving more around that rather than, I don't know, just straight running and
Well,
jumping.
it doesn't
over
really.
things.
I don't think it really tackles much of the combat. It just the suit actually adds.
Yeah, it
to the
adds a little
combat,
bit
but
more
that's
to
about
it.
It doesn't really. It doesn't add a whole entire new system to the game.
Though they did show a trailer for a boss where you had to climb up these weird dinosaur snakes and break
Mhm.
plates
Yeah, the
off their
climbing,
head.
yes,
So
that was
I think
pretty
in
cool.
some levels, if you need that power up to do things.
You can't climb forever. Like he'll get tired and he'll start falling down all cartoony like. It's pretty funny.
Nice. And he's like a cat, just kind of like
I'm sure there's
sliding down.
alternate ways of fighting that boss
Right.
too, where you don't. I don't think they're gonna make you have to be able to climb in order to actually beat them.
Or they'll have
Yeah.
power ups plenty or something like
Yeah.
they usually do.
Well, couldn't like oh no, this is gonna be a 3D game. Can't Mario kind of like jump off of walls a little bit?
Yeah. You can do and pretty much anything you can do in 3D land. You can wall jump
Yeah.
and all that.
So I imagine they'll probably either make something where you can sort of wall jump or whatever
Yeah.
up
Right.
it instead.
It just makes it a little more efficient in attacking him if you had that power up
Yeah.
ready to go.
Makes it a little better. And 4-player co-op with
And you
Peach.
get a meow, obviously.
Yeah.
Is there a dedicated
Bell.
meow button?
Not that we know of.
There better be.
There will be Peach,
Pretty cool,
Luigi,
like-
Mario, and Toad, and they all act like they're Mario 2 counterparts. So
oh
Peach
yeah, and I guess
hovers.
it's like Anita Sarkeesian finally won. We've got Peach in a
It looked
main
like-
Mario game.
And she's a
It looked
kitty
like you could
cat.
actually
She's a kitty.
Select your character. It looked like they actually had a character select screen.
Yeah, in the beginning, I think you can choose
It
which
was set
character
up
you
like
want to
the
use.
Turtles in Time select screen too. It was completely vertical color.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool. A lot of people are disappointed because we're not getting the there's 3 games that people want: another Mario 64, another Sunshine, and another Galaxy. But they don't want another Galaxy, they don't want another Sunshine, and they don't want another 64. But they want those. It doesn't make any sense. People are crazy.
Oh no! When
Set
they
up
first
like it,
revealed
but
it,
not a remake technically.
Yeah, when they
Like,
first revealed it, everyone was kind of disappointed. But when they actually showed gameplay and people playing it, it was amazing. I guess like everyone thought it was
Yeah,
incredible.
like I watched it some more, and the levels are they look big, and
yeah,
they-
you can move the camera around too.
yeah, you can move the camera around, and it's got it's verticality and all that stuff. You can actually climb, and it looks huge. A 4-player co-op is kind of going to be weird.
Whoa, that's gonna be odd, especially
new,
with the like a
so-
full.
Yeah.
Because it's not gonna be
It's
just
not
straight 3D. It's like
Yeah.
actually 3D.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly how that's going to work. Of course, Wiimotes, and then the only gamepad thing that can be done is you can like freeze enemies. You can stop things that are moving, like those like rolling hills, and then you can search for hidden blocks and coins and stuff.
Using
and
the gamepad.
using the
That's
gamepad,
awesome.
and that's just kind of like they need. I was hoping they would make the gamepad actually like viable, other than just you can touch it type of thing. Which I feel the 3DS, most of the games don't really use the touchscreen anymore.
It's platforming where you're just gonna jump.
Well, I know, but if they had a Mario game where you can use the gamepad and move it around to change the angle and stuff. So I guess it's using it, but it's just kind of like it's just there. It's not like Zombie U. You had to use it. You know what I mean? And none of the games that they
And that was
release
I
have
mean,
it.
That was a good use of it. It was a game that could use it, like a Mario platformer. Like, what are you gonna do with it? Nothing really.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume they would think of something, but I guess we get what you get.
You can choose your items.
Yeah, you can choose your items, which you can hold. Looks like I saw in a picture you can hold items like in Mario World now, and in-game hit select or the minus sign and actually get them. It's in December, which is really soon, and there's clear pipes so you can see through them, which looks kind of cool. You never
You can choose a direction now since
Yeah.
you know where your character is.
yeah, and then you can see them slide through. It's kind of neat.
It kind of reminds me of Futurama, their
Yeah.
pipe system.
That'd be funny.
It's not as fast.
Nah.
It is.
Yeah, no fireballs going through Futuramas sometimes. Not in every episode. They showed Pokemon at the very beginning, the fairy type, which is strong against dragon, which is weird.
fairy type.
Yeah.
I guess the
fairy
music
type.
could be
They
one.
also changed a few older Pokemon
Yeah.
like Meryl.
Meryl is
Jigglypuff,
fairy, which is
Gardevoir.
weird.
They made them fairy type. Whatever
It's
seems girly, I guess, will be made fairy type by the looks of it.
That's why it's X and Y. Like, oh, all the fairy type Pokemon are gonna go on the Y one. No, sorry, they go on the X. Never mind.
Yeah, and that's releasing October 12th worldwide. They did have a Pokemon kind of like a briefing with the developers later on after.
It was a live tweet.
It was like, yeah,
You couldn't really see or hear anything. They just kind of keep you up to date with what's going on.
Yeah, they're
via
gonna
text.
release some. They're gonna release a video of the conference, I guess, like highlights, and I guess you can fight in the sky battles with only the Pokemon that have fly and levitate, which
Great.
Yeah.
So now I gotta fight more Pidgeys.
yeah, which is kind of weird, but I don't understand the purpose of it.
But there's the 5 versus 1.
5 versus
as well,
1
which
horde,
is
kind of like horde mode, which is kind of
horde
cool.
Battle.
Yeah, horde battle.
That I actually think is interesting because then finally I'll be able to actually use my legendaries to their full potential.
Yeah, you can run into 5 creatures in the wild, so you're beginning.
5 times a chance to get a shiny.
Yeah, or to get murdered.
But remember, you have to knock out the others before you can catch the one you want.
Oh yeah.
Because whenever there's
Pokemon.
multiple, you can't seem to just focus a ball
On one.
on one. I don't know if that's been touched up or not, but I really hope so because that was annoying.
Well,
See,
just make sure you don't kill the wrong one.
Kill the one that you want.
Careful.
But if you're hoping for, like, if there were two Pokemon that were the same, right, and they both were either the same gender or didn't have a gender, and one was shiny, one wasn't, once you go into battle, you have to know which one is which. Because when you go
Well,
to the
where's your-
touchscreen,
use your
it just shows their
Pokedex.
name.
Yeah, use
And,
your Pokemon Dex. What?
That's what it's there for. It's for you. It can go like, because you scan it with the Pokedex and it'll show it on the actual Pokedex, and then you just don't attack the one that's a different color than what's on your Pokedex. I mean, come on. What are you guys? Are you new to Pokemon training? Come on.
Well, I'm new to
Just get your Boulder badge. Fucking
Boulder Badge. And they also said that you can't transfer any of the older stuff to it. You can only do
Wait,
Gen
so there's-
5
Well, because
limitations,
3DS,
and
okay.
yeah, you can only transfer from the like Generation 5 Pokemon and up.
Oh yeah. Of
So
course.
can't get any of the old stuff. Yeah, it usually is. And then there's certain Pokemon you can ride that can go over certain terrain.
Well, they did say there's going to be multiples, like you can ride many
Like,
different kinds as
yeah.
long as your character can pretty much ride. So I'm guessing a lot of people are going to turn to that one anime episode where they had that race where all the trainers just hopped on the back.
Yeah,
so
'cause
they
the
call it
ponytail.
So that's got to be recreated.
They'll do
Yeah.
it.
I think the one thing I hope for that is not a HM. If it's not a HM, I'll be perfectly fine with it. If it's a HM, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Yeah, I mean, it should just be like you should just be able to use it. Like, why would you need to teach your
Yeah.
Pokemon? It
Yeah,
it doesn't
I
make
think-
any sense.
I think a lot of the newer games have kind of separated off from HMs and tried to use less of them because they are annoying to kind of
Yeah.
have, a few Pokemon in your party make up for the 8 HMs that you need to get through certain stages.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like most people would just have an HM sling, and that essentially just takes up
Takes up a slot.
of your Pokemon. So you only have 5 instead of 6.
And that's
Well,
just boring.
Depending, too, because later on they added up to like 8 HMs, so technically you would need 2 HM spotties.
Well, you didn't need to use them all like all
Right,
at
like
one. Which so you
Kite
just
or Flash. and
yeah,
most
you just throw one
cases.
Pokemon in the box, let them hang
Just
out.
give me
Right.
like a robot thing that you use to fly or surf, and then just just give me the
Robot.
updates as I need it. So I could just have that in the back, and then have my actual team of Pokemon that I want to use.
No, you get what they
Well,
give you.
If any
At
of these
the-
knew about the old Japanese game, I think they used to have a surfboard in it instead of the actual surf HM. So they used to give you a surfboard rather than that.
Huh,
I
that's
thought that was
interesting.
a lot better. Why didn't they carry that over? I don't get it.
Yeah, that's just to confuse us more.
Makes sense.
But
I don't recall any surfboard, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Makes more sense than the surfing.
Pokemon Red and Green in Japan.
red and green before they released it here. But yeah, Mario Kart
okay.
8. I actually thought this was going to be the weakest because I thought they were going to release it like as soon as possible because Mario Kart is pretty big. but it's not coming out until spring of next year, and it looks fucking sweet. 60 frames per second, and it's got gravity carts.
I can't wait for Rainbow Road. It's going to be intense.
Oh god, with those Tron cards?
Yeah, Rainbow Road will be crazy. Like the just everything looks like CGI
Bowser's
pretty much.
Castle, man. Probably gonna have geysers of lava too that you gotta avoid.
Yeah,
Like,
it looks
Gonna
pretty
get
go
intense.
like in a
guys
giant spiral track, and then maybe they'll have like lava jetting in, and you gotta avoid it from like all different angles. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. I want it. I don't know if you guys caught the developer videos that kind of explained a little bit more about it, but they are adding an actual like replay video where you can upload it to Miiverse, so you can do like 30 seconds or something like that, and then they're announcing and releasing with it Mario Kart TV, where people can go and watch those replays, which is kind of neat. And I know a lot of companies are doing that now, like Xbox and all that, but it's cool for Mario Kart that they're actually finally doing something more online rather than racing. Which they didn't really talk much.
Made by the Blue Shell 17 times in a row.
Yeah,
Maybe you can turn it off. Like
Man, I
select
made
and
an
turn it off.
entire series. I made a series of videos dedicated to how many times I got slammed by that blue shell.
it was
Alright,
it was
I
really
mean-
bad in the Wii one, from what I remember. So hopefully
Yeah,
they.
it was a Wii one.
It was a Wii one?
It
Yeah.
got ridiculous. Like the blue shell would literally like. It normally would follow you when you pass the finish line, right?
Yeah.
But lo and behold, it decides no. It literally makes a complete U-turn at the finish line from its original target, turns around and slams me still, causing
And-
me to drop 4 ranks because of that shit.
There's no way to avoid it. We'll see what they
Sorry,
do.
That ticked me off. That was unfair.
But think about running away from the blue shell while you're upside down.
Oh.
The one thing I'm hoping is that it's not going to be because Mario 7 was really good, but does anyone remember Mario Kart Wii and how just like the tracks were almost? It seemed like they were too big and just kind of like it's kind of a circle and then there's a turn or two. And that was
Yeah,
about it.
these.
like,
Because they added the steering.
It's
wheel.
because of steering. The steering's
Exactly.
still in the new one, but the tracks they're big, but they're also there's multiple paths and there's a lot of twisting, turning, being
Another
upside
one of those
down.
for a new audience. That's
Yeah.
why.
You're on walls in this
It's hard
one.
Balloon
to
battle.
kart.
Balloon battle was fun though.
Balloon battle
I loved
upside
it.
down. That'd be awesome.
Underwater
So I just came across
hang
this
gliding
video.
while you're hang gliding would be pretty cool too.
I just came across this video on YouTube of somebody questioning the always online thing for Microsoft. If you want to put this up on the stream, go ahead. But it says a lot.
We'll do it. We'll do it after we
17
talk about a few more things here. Bayonetta 2's haircut, or Bayonetta's haircut. She's got short hair, and that game looks awesome.
It seems actually, I've read like quite a bit of positive reviews of her having her hair cut, which
Yeah.
to me personally I feel that's actually better to have your hair shorter so it doesn't get caught or used against you in any kind of combat, which any form of anything that really is loose can be used against you.
Well, but-
so
Are
I
we
think-
getting logical with this?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah, with
It's a
Bayonetta,
video game.
Her hair was part of her weapon.
Which it looks like
So
now
that's
it's
why
like
it was
her. It looks like it's her cape stuff now. Like her cape kind of gets at the end. It looks like hair. It's weird looking. But that game looks pretty cool. Now there's this
Still
one.
hot, still fappable.
Exactly.
So what am I complaining about?
Even more fappable without a weird honey
plenty
hive.
of ass shots in that trailer.
Yeah,
too, so.
and which is cool because Nintendo's not saying, "Hey, reduce the sex or reduce the violence." It is bloody. It is fan service, but fun fan service.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which is Retro's new game, which is kind of disappointing, but it looks awesome. But
It
it's
does look awesome.
but it's
dude.
disappointing because
Still
I
looks
want
fun to play.
I
I
want
didn't
a
want
new.
them to make anything else because they did great on that. Why'd you get rid of it?
Yeah, I mean they
If you remember, because they made 3 Metroid Prime games, so
Right.
it's not, I mean, I'm not
Let's-
that surprised that they're going to go back to it at least one more time.
let's just hope that they hired a bunch of people. They have like 150-ish plus people now, which is a lot. For
That's why people are thinking that,
That
there's
they're
actually-
working on
that
something
they're
else.
Working on Star Fox.
Yeah, so I mean, this game looks pretty sweet. They're doing a lot of things they wanted to do in the Wii version, but they couldn't do because it was the Wii. So like multiple like camera angles, to kind of make it look different, and Dixie Kong.
Yep.
So
Dixie Kong.
that's cool. But the biggest thing, Mega Man and Smash Brothers.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mega
Mega
Man.
Man.
That was
It
awesome.
was
Fucking
expected.
called
though.
that shit. If you go back to those E3 things before, called that shit. I told you guys.
They've been wanting him in it since
He's been
probably
number one in Nintendo Power for years.
yeah, for years. And the way the way they have him look, like it's classic Mega Man, and he looks fucking awesome. He's
I
like
love that look.
I'm
Yeah.
glad they picked that one. That's what I grew
perfect.
up
It
Yeah.
looks perfect for him.
Even
Love it.
Sakurai, he's all like, I wouldn't want any video or any character from any video game unless it like looks like how I want it to, and he
That's
wanted to look
awesome.
like that. He's crazy, especially with Wii Fit Trainer.
I'm beating that bitch.
She
It's-
moves well though. If
Yeah.
you watch the gameplay, it's
Yeah.
pretty.
It's-
she works pretty well. Like
It's
she has
interesting.
quick attacks and they're pretty strong. So I'm assuming she's gonna be at least mid tier when it comes down to tournaments.
Yeah, I don't ever
By
want
the
to
way
get
she
into the
looks,
tiers.
anyway. From this alone, it looks like that. I can't.
I don't know, Mega Man has a lot of freaking just different things he could do and utilize, which is cool. And then
I wanted like a
those-
Zero Suit Samus type thing where like you can get an upgrade and he turns into Mega Man X. I just want Mega Man X in a fighting game.
that'd be
okay?
cool too.
God,
He's in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, isn't he?
no.
No,
Yeah, it's
no.
X.
They said he didn't have enough moves for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so they replaced him with Zero.
Oh yeah, they
because
replaced him
he's
with
got a
Zero.
sword.
Yeah, because he got a sword. But Mega Man can
Because
take
he's got a sword.
Mega Man can take enemies a weapon, whatever. Who cares? And then the villager from Animal Crossing. I thought when they first revealed it, I saw like that's the Smash symbol, and then it goes to Animal Crossing. I was like, what the hell's going on? And then he runs away, and it shows the symbol again. I was like, Smash. And he's in it, or the villager's in it, which is
Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Like,
Hey, you know, they had Mr. Game & Watch, so I mean, I imagine they can make this work.
I don't know. There's a lot of people complaining like, why are they doing characters no one wants, or weird characters? It's like, but I wouldn't
Those
want.
just
about
butthurt
Nintendo.
Geo fans.
Yeah,
So it's about Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's also about the fans, but there's a lot of Animal Crossing fans. And there's been a lot of questioning about Fire Emblem because the reveal characters are all. It's very few, so
It's gonna
people
be
are worried
flop.
about Fire Emblem being replaced or
Well,
removed.
what they did with
Raw.
each new Smash, they always add more characters. So, like, I think didn't Brawl have like 37 or something like that?
Somewhere
Brawl-
around 40, yeah.
Yeah, Brawl had a shit ton, and that was I think like 12 more than Melee had. So they're probably going to add a huge. They're going to have a pretty huge
They're gonna
roster.
have more than Brawl, though. To be honest,
Uh,
I think they're gonna
It's gonna
replace
be
a
so
few.
hard to balance all those characters. Oh, I need serious balance in my party game.
No, see the thing. I think they'll be able to tweak it, more and more as it goes along. They're gonna have. I would say 50 characters, and I mean I know it's a lot, but if he's got Namco Bandai with him, they make fighting games.
Namco is awesome.
So-
I'm gonna say that much, and
Oh wait,
I
have they
can't
even
wait to
released-
see
oh,
Pac-Man
sorry.
revealed. That's gonna be so fun.
That's what I was gonna ask.
No, they
Have we
didn't-
seen any Namco
No.
Bandai characters yet?
They probably won't do it till closer to the end, just so people,
There's been,
get pissed
I
off.
don't know if it was a rumor. Well, I've read somewhere online that they were saying about how they were having like a discussion about which Namco characters would be arriving, and some people there's like it was split down the middle for Jin from Tekken. Whether or not he would be
Jin
put
from
in there.
Tekken. Yeah, that'd be weird.
Kind
I
of
doubt
weird,
it.
but
I
then
imagine
we had Snake in there, and he's pretty serious, as opposed
never
to the
been-
cartoony.
Has there
so-
ever been a Tekken game on Nintendo?
Yeah, well, they released the Tekken for the Wii U, but that's pretty much it.
Right.
They were
that's
saying
true.
about making Street Fighter Cross Tekken for 3DS, but
Yeah, they
I
didn't. They didn't do
else
anything
from
for it.
after them saying they're considering. And I will say I really love the change for Bowser and how he's standing more upright and he seems a little more versatile than before.
Yeah,
And his
he's
jumps are a lot better.
he's
as opposed
faster, which is
yeah.
nice. He's not slow and lumbering.
He trained with the Wii Fit trainer.
Yes, they show pictures with him training with her.
That's just game trailers was running it, and Reggie was all like, "I have something to like secret thing that I can't tell you, Jeff Keighley," and once they announced it, Jeff was like, "What? That's it? That's their big thing? Where's their new retro game?" He just kind of went crazy about it. It's really weird. But people, like, after they saw it, after they saw her play, everyone's pretty positive, I guess.
She moves kind of like a martial artist, kind of. The way
Yeah.
that she, like, especially her jumps are, like, really out there.
I'd rather have quirky characters
Yoga
than
master.
I'd rather have quirky characters than, you know, Ken or Dan and Ryu again and again. You know what I mean?
Right. This
and
isn't
these-
Street Fighter or anything like that. This is Nintendo.
This
characters.
is a fun.
The
This
whole
is a
premise
fun
was
game.
Silliness.
Yeah. Just see your favorite Nintendo characters beat each other up. Now, I wouldn't consider the Wii Fit Trainer as a character, but you know, I wonder if
it was really successful.
Yeah.
You know, really sold very well. So I wouldn't. I mean, I didn't see
and
it
that's
coming. but
yeah,
it's an
and that's
idea.
another weird thing. The Wii U Party is not coming out till way later, and then Wii Fit U is not coming out till like holiday. So they just kind of pushing things back like crazy. I know they like to make sure everything is perfect.
Right.
I mean, they have a good track record with games that are not abysmal, except for, you know, some of the Wii Party stuff. But
And an entire concert.
yeah, Virtual Boy. But I mean, other than that, they're pretty solid.
What
It's
about,
just
like,
people were wanting other things.
You know, like what about the stages? You know, like in replay, for example, like when you were able to record only like 3 minutes, it wasn't really video footage or anything like that. Do you know if there was anything? Said
They didn't
about-
announce anything about. They didn't say anything about online. They didn't say anything about like special things like that. The one thing that the Sakurai did say during the developer interview is that the 3DS version, the stages will be more tuned to 3DS and handheld titles. So like there'll be Nintendogs and stuff like that. But other than they didn't really, he just wants to reveal the game and so people will shut up, I guess.
Yeah, and the website he keeps up there to just like with the Super Smash Bros. Brawl with the Dojo website. There's going to be a constant update. Well, I think about 5 days a week. just
Yeah,
like before.
5 days a week he's gonna
2.0.
he's gonna give pictures. He's gonna show pictures and stuff like that. But
His dick.
I'm ready for it, and I'm just a little
Here's an
disappointed.
update, you Nintendo dorks.
I just
So really, let's ask yourself. So everybody, when the Wii U finally does come out, are you gonna get one?
it's kind of
I've always wanted to get one, but I wasn't able to. And I'm putting aside to a saving plan so I could at least try to get it. You know,
$10
so
Yeah, I mean, that's what Reggie was saying about it. Like, the Wii U actually has games that I want for a like specific console. I can't get these on anything else. I can't get Smash on the computer, and I brawl, but whatever. I can't get the new Smash. I can't get the new Zelda. I can't get the new Mario. I can get the PlayStation 1 games and the Xbox, or PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One games on my PC.
well, you
So-
can still get PlayStation 1, but it's
Right,
not
right. But
legal.
so it's just like, I mean, I already have a Wii U, obviously. The games that I have now are fine. Everyone wants things like right away. Like, we want a Mario now.
You're spoiled, man.
Yeah, we want to be spoiled.
It's the Twitter culture, you know. We just get all the updates as soon as they come out. We don't have to wait. And this is the thing with E3 as well. Like, remember back when you had to wait for like the magazines to come out for all
Yeah.
the information, and then there was like it was on TV. But now, I mean, we get like Nintendo Directs. We get like updates all the time on the internet.
In
I-
depth at that.
Yeah, we don't really have to wait for this information, so I think that's why. I mean, it's really hard for E3s to just be as amazing as they used to be, unless you're like Nintendo and you can actually keep things under wraps.
Yeah, I mean, they did I don't really think anything leaked. Other than people were guessing, they were handing it the Lanterns. And they had
And
like,
I of course guessed Mega Man because I'm psychic.
well, Mega Man was supposed to be in last in the year before that. You can't be like Michael Pachter and be like, well, I said it last year. Oh, I said it last year. You can't do that.
Well, I've been saying it for
We
you
That
know,
is-
HD is coming. I
Yeah.
swear to God.
Like, you can't do that every year. It doesn't work like that.
Fuck Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I would
I
love
didn't
to
say it on the
play.
internet, so I can nobody knows I said it.
I would love to have a free for all with Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man, and Mega Man all in one. That'd be
I'm at
pretty
it, bro.
awesome.
I think Sonic's probably going to be in it still. Like, why wouldn't he be?
Especially with all those
the Sega Nintendo games.
He's got to be in there.
Yeah, he's got to be in there. Pac-Man.
Pac-Man, because it's made by Namco, I would assume Pac-Man's going to be in there because he's so iconic. Plus, the Mario Kart racing arcade games that are also worked with Namco have Pac-Man as a guest star.
And then
So
there's something. Oh, there's a new Pac-Man Versus that's coming out too on the Wii U. So.
I just hope they don't screw up Pac-Man like they did with. I mean, there's a reason why they played around with Pac-Man and Street Fighter Cross Tekken and all those other fighting games, is because he's just not in the same build as them. So they need
Capcom kind of doesn't really care about their fighters. I don't think. They don't pay attention
Guys,
to
there's
them.
aliens cloning on Marines.
Yeah, this is an old video.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, and like the third-party games, they're just like Watch Dogs. Activision finally said Call of Duty Ghosts is coming to the Wii U. If anyone cares.
Finally, now I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah. So, yeah. As of now, well, they got the Nintendo 3DS games, Yoshi's New Island.
Yeah. That
Which
one looks pretty fun.
Looks pretty cool, and then you got an actual title, a link,
Is
or
that the actual name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Island.
Yoshi's New Island, yeah, and then there's also the Link to the Past sort of remake.
it's Legend of Zelda: A Link Between a Link Between Worlds.
A rehash from the past.
No, it's
A
an
Link
actual
to
it's
the
an actual
Past?
it's an actual sequel. So
No,
it looks
that's
pretty sweet.
That's yeah.
Oh.
It's a link to somewhere in general.
A link somewhere. He's going between things. He doesn't know where, but he's going. And then the Wind Waker remake HD. It looked nice. It's 1080p.
Wait, that's actually happening?
Yeah, they have gameplay trailer and everything.
For some reason.
Well, it's a tech demo for what they could do on the Wii U for the new.
So now since it's been a couple of years, we've had a couple Legend of Zeldas. Now is everyone going to be like, I actually like the Wind Waker art style. I don't know why everyone was complaining. That realistic Zelda is stupid.
They've been doing that ever since. Ever since then. Like
I personally like the cartoony look for Zelda, like Minish Cap and Wind Waker. I actually personally like that over the serious look. Apparently, Shigeru Miyamoto also likes it more.
Well, of course he would. He's the Michael Jackson of Nintendo world.
he's so happy. People are like, every time he's on camera, I always smile and feel like a child. It's weird.
The thing with the Pikmin that he did.
Oh yeah, Pikmin.
I'm just turning his head. I was just like, shit. You're
Yeah.
adorable.
Pikmin 3 looks really good, and they got flying Pikmin now, which is about time.
Yeah, there's no online from what they've said so far, which I thought they were working on online for it, but I guess not.
Does
I
Pikmin
honestly
have
still have no idea
multiplayer?
what the fuck Pikmin is.
Nobody knows. That's the problem. It's there is a multiplayer. It's called Bingo Kart or Bingo Battle.
No. Let me explain to Purdy real quick. It's picking my nose.
They're supposed to be like little. I
Odd.
think he was like seeing little ants like take things away, and I don't know. They're like ants, I guess, and you have to get fruit and kill creatures. It looks cool. That's coming out
Watch your
soon.
army die.
Yeah, watch them all get eaten. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much E3. Is there anything special? Like, there's new consoles, but nothing seems next gen. You know what I mean? Everything they talk about the cloud and all that bullshit, which most computer games that are online already are in the cloud. You know, it's
Yeah.
just
The only impressive things I can say from any of the conferences were that building falling in Battlefield.
Yeah,
4,
Battlefield 4.
Metal Gear Solid, and Watch Dogs.
Well,
that was all I give a fuck about.
yeah, Watch Dogs keeps looking better and better. Like I don't.
It's going to end to be doomed and it's going to be terrible. But
Probably.
It looks good.
That's what I'm expecting to.
It
But I'm
still
excited.
looks real good until we can find the scripts in the game and be like, oh, that happens every single time. Oh,
Yeah.
God damn it.
No, it
For
looks.
people who are gonna get it on the 360.
Yeah. Well, they won't be able to use the tablet
They don't
integration.
look like what they showed. What the heck?
No, dude, that's what it's gonna be. On the 360, the older consoles, there's gonna be scripts everywhere. But then somehow on like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, they're gonna open it up and there'll be less scripts and more freedom or something.
Yeah,
in a
Similar.
perfect world, that's what they would be giving us.
I
It's
really
similar
don't know how
what
to do that.
they released with the EA had said what they're doing with the new sports games like FIFA and stuff. They're they're updating their engines for the next gen consoles, and then they're just updating rosters for the previous ones. So Xbox 360 and Xbox One are getting completely different games.
So that's what it doesn't make. How's Watch Dogs gonna work between? Like, I don't understand. I know a computer will be fine, but I don't think it'll be able to do anything that they showed on the Xbox or PlayStation 3. It's kind of weird.
I think we're gonna find it's a lot more shallower than we are hoping, and that's why I'm assuming PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 are gonna be the same games. And again, it's just gonna be a lot more scripted than they are saying right now. Because I mean, honestly, whenever a game developer is like, "Yeah, it's gonna be open, it's gonna be huge, you can do whatever you want," you really can't do whatever you want. You can do what they tell you to do.
The only person that I believe that is Kojima for Metal Gear 5. So.
That's true.
Because that looks open world as shit, and
it's kind of the game that I wish Metal Gear Solid 4 would have been more of. I wish, like, when I was playing that game in the desert and the Arab parts, like those were like big, and I was like, oh man, this could be great. This could be great. And they never really got back to that. They just sort of messed around with it in the early levels, and they just sort of went, never mind. Just here, have a car chase with a gun.
Yeah, it's going to be a year or two, probably 2 years, till we actually get real next-gen games. The graphical leap isn't that big. It's more like a hop. Nothing really looks... Final Fantasy 15 looks really, really good, if that is actual in-game engine, but...
it's Final Fantasy CGI. Come on, we've been doing this for over 10 years, guys.
Other than that, I'm none too impressed. I mean, some of the games were kind of...
No, guys,
we've
listen,
seen it.
Here's something that can't get on consoles. This is you want to talk about next generation Twine games. It's the new buzzword of video games: words.
I don't like words.
That's why we play video games.
No, everything's about being story driven with guns. Like everyone,
my bullets.
Yeah, like BioShock Infinite was just guns and story, like shooting and story. Like that's all it's coming to be. It's not actual gameplay. It's just story with shooting. It's become crazy. But yeah, we'll end it here, I guess, guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Edgar.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Matthew. Mario Cat or Cat Mario, and thank you, Purdy.
Hey guys, I'm glad to be here. Thanks very much.
Yeah, and
so are we starting this?
No, we're done. No, and thank you, Rumar, for
thank you.
this awesome.
My first one.
His first.
And thank you, viewer, for sticking around.
Yes, thank you, Thundercat, for listening.
Here on What Up TV.
E3 extravaganza roundup breakdown Kawaii Fest, and that will be all. Have a good evening.
Later.
Goodbye.